I cannot remember. It has to be in my casebook somewhere, right? Gallery. Old City. Oh, this is it. Yeah, okay. Well, because like it said, all evidence collected, there was no a location symbol.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio. Perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then.
I found the source of Mercurio's artistic inspiration. A photograph. What troubled me was that the sexual act captured was non-consensual.
She was violated? Dear God, how despicable.
Her abuser was in fact the British envoy. Mercurio took a picture of him committing the atrocity and then used it as artistic inspiration.
I had no idea a mere break-in would eventually expose such barbarity.
Mr. Vogel, I want you to make everything public, including the photograph. I'm sure you have a connection at the Cordona Chronicle.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Loyal to your own truth till the end. Yes, I'm acquainted with the staff of the Chronicle. The story is sensational, and will surely draw attention to the gallery. But you must be aware that exposing the scandal will further hurt the victim. Does that not bother you?
No matter what one does, the truth tends to come out, as well it should. I won't be the one to stand in its way.
Though it's only your subjective truth being exposed. Not that I'm judging. It's perfectly reasonable for everyone to have their own views.
When you called me, you knew exactly what you would get.
Oh, but I'm not like you, Mr. Holmes. I cannot be sure of anything. Regardless, I must thank you, for art's sake. Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained, specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Okay. A package. Yeah, I think we're gonna continue with this case. I think I saw it here, yeah. Drowned sailor, or is it something else? Well, first of all, we have to get out. Well, I hope by making everything public that the guy will be punished, you know?
And the kiss mark, it's the work of the siren, I'm telling you.
Here to gawk at the bloater?
Not at all, officer. Perhaps I can help.
Help with what exactly? Solving an accident? Fellow drank himself to death, literally. Case closed. It's not the first case, neither. A few days ago, another drunken sailor drowned himself in a fountain.
What can you tell me about the other sailor?
Nothing to tell. Some rich chap complained about a dead body in a fountain. Wasn't me who inspected the scene, though. Should have gone easy on the bottle, if you ask me. They get to shore, they start drinking like fish. Too bad booze doesn't make them grow gills, eh?
There's talk on the streets that a siren could be responsible for the drownings.
A siren? You mean the bird woman kind? Why, of course, we've got sirens aplenty round here. Harpies, too. Oh, please.
I would like to take a look around.
Go ahead. Just don't disturb the evidence, all right? I still have to write my report.
The water is shallow and the slope is smooth. One would have to be dead drunk to drown here. His whole body is tense, stiffened by rigor mortis. A kiss on the forehead is quite intimate, but the vulgar lip rouge suggests a different type of intimacy. Interesting.
Who is it?
The face is frozen in a contorted smile. His fingers are clenched as if he's clutching to life even now. Worn, soaked boots, size 8. Something smells fishy here, and it's not brine. It's a good thing the tide hasn't washed away the tracks. I should inspect them more closely.
What's up? Who is it?
A bright red lip rouge mark. Light tobacco with a hint of citrus.
Oh, did I die? No, what? Oh, I'm all wet? But I think I kind of died. That's funny. I didn't mean to jump down. It just happened. Well, luckily it's not far.
Who is it? Who is it?
Just get on with it.
Am I missing something?
Siren's song. The rumours weren't so absurd after all. There's still some left, just enough for a tipple.
Oh no. Cyanide, okay.
The sediment contained cyanide. It
Cyanide.
turns out he was poisoned.
Didn't the copper say that fellow drank himself to death? He wasn't wrong.
No.
Hobbies are a good way to take the mind off all the murders.
What now? I've still got my report to write, so make it quick.
I hate to break it to you, officer, but it wasn't an accident.
Care to elaborate, smarty boots?
The bottle of wine I found near the victim had been poisoned with cyanide. He was dead before he hit the water.
Whoa, that's a twist. Any leads on the poisoner?
Nothing to put my finger on, but I might need to inspect the other drowned sailor.
Well, of course I won't stop you. It's not my case anyway. We had a complaint about a body in a fountain. Can't have bodies laying about in fountains, can we? It was somewhere in Scaladio, as far as I know. You think they're connected?
That is what I intend to find out. Thank you.
Oh, who is it?
Somewhere in Scaladio. But we need to go to the archive. Or to the chronicles? To the no, about death? Maybe to the city hall.
Killed with one perfect shot to each eye. Can you imagine?
People are talking about a man who was killed in the old ruins on the southwestern side of Grand Saray. Apparently both his eyes were shot out. The strange credulity was, but it's worth investigating. And just like that, I got a new case! You're probably not gonna believe me when I tell you when I have to go to the police and to their archive.
Would you like to report a crime?
No. I
Did you hear Basilio Capello is in jail? Did you hear Basilio?
My curiosity has been piqued by talk that Basilio Capello, the owner of the famous Armor Capello home security company, has been arrested. His situation is quite peculiar. A man named Niccolo Detti has been found dead inside a safe in Basilio's store. Basilio claims innocence, but the evidence is against him. He's been held in the holding cells at the police station.
In the police. Let's pretend to be cops, eh? We can just stand around and look confused.
Come on, Sherry. Say, I am the law.
Maybe some other time. I didn't know I could go to the archive in police. I probably knew that, but I forgot. Oh man. Districts, Scaladio, evidence. Don't know. Victims, crimes, or complaints. A sailor was reported drowned in a public park at the intersection of Harbor Avenue and Baskerville Street in Scaladio. At the time of his death, the victim was presumably under the influence of liquor. The body has a red kiss mark on one of its cheeks. Okay, what about other cases? I'm already here. Playing the law. Should at least pretend. Police station. Okay, well, I have a suit. Officer's cap, police cap, yeah? Okay. And just like that, I can get in. Yeah, in what cell? I don't see him. Cool, they just can go in. Well, this is like interrogation rooms. Or am I in the wrong section?
What a long day.
Oh! I think here. Okay. Can go there. Is it you?
Excuse me, but are you Mr. Capello? My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm hoping you could spare a moment to talk.
Manners, what a pleasant surprise. Most of your colleagues have lacked even the simplest of common courtesies.
Okay.
You're a suspect, sir, but not yet a criminal. I shan't treat you as such. Your case is refreshingly unusual, and I wish to get to the bottom of it.
Manners and enthusiasm. Huh. May you go far, young man. What can I help you with?
Focused look. Fresh and fashionable, elegant new clothing. Recent trauma, bruised hand. Wedding ring tied on the finger. Local proprietor of famous Armor Castle safe lock doors and home security company in Cordon. He's currently been held in the police. He's in his early 40s, a methodical man who puts business and principles above all else. Keeps calm and focused despite being arrested. At a person he's possibly had to defend himself recently, values his family life. Impulsive. Has a flair for the new and fashionable. Keeps the frustration bottled up well at the police station. Has a bruised head which might be the result of the fight attached to his family. I mean, both are... I think this. Both fit.
You are surprisingly composed for a man accused of murder. Not so easily shaken, I take it.
Life is full of surprises. You'd be astonished how many deals go sour due to a force majeure. One becomes skilled at adapting. I am confident this will all be set straight. Until then, I will endure.
Much how you endure that injured hand. Those bruises look painful, but you seem barely aware of it. Were you attacked?
No. A minor accident, nothing more. My heady days as a man out to prove his valor are far behind me. I now know that to succeed in life, one must stay calm and plan ahead. The world will turn your way eventually. And if it does not, then one must persuade it so.
Please, tell me how you ended up in this situation.
Well, this morning some clients arrived to finalize their purchase of a Capello modular safe. But when we opened the door, out tumbled a dead man.
And I take it this wasn't normal?
No, I normally keep my corpses in the wardrobe. Please, young man, spare me your wit. The rest of the day was a blur. I recognized the victim, and it seems so did the police. That was enough to make me the main suspect.
Who sent for the authorities?
No one. As it happens, we had a break-in last night. Nothing was stolen, but for insurance purposes, the report had to be made. So, police officers just happened to be on the premises when we discovered the body in the safe.
You mentioned you were showing your wares to some prospective buyers when the safe was opened. Who were they?
Clerks from the bank. They inspected the safe from top to bottom yesterday. I assumed the sale was just a formality at that point.
And the safe was closed?
It's usually open, but it locks automatically when the door swings closed. That's another marvelous Capello invention.
A coffin that locks itself. Marvelous indeed. Help me grasp your movements yesterday. What time did you meet the customers from the bank, and did you have any other appointments?
Yesterday, the bank clerks arrived at 10 a.m. Afterwards, I was alone in the office until my wife Augusta came in at 3 p.m. I left for home at 6:30 p.m.
And what about this morning?
Our meeting for the demonstration was set for 9 a.m. I arrived about half an hour prior in order to prepare.
I have one final inquiry. Do you recall the time at which the safe door was closed?
Young man, I may just as well ask you when you closed your cigar case. I have opened our safes a dozen times a day for a dozen years. I do not recall.
You say you became the suspect when the police identified the victim. Is there history between you?
Surely you jest. That man and I have never met, and never would, unless he became the first deity in history to use our products.
Some sort of family feud? I'm afraid I'm not familiar.
You must be new to Cordona. It's an old tale. Back in Italy, generations ago, the deities tried to ruin our family business. They nearly succeeded. The Capellos rightfully struck back, but there has been bad blood ever since.
And does that blood flow in you too?
I told you, sir, it's an old story, or it was. I fear this horrible event portends worse to come. My wife may be in danger as we speak.
I'd like to inquire about the burglary.
I'm not sure I see the connection, but if you wish to know more, talk to Billy Lloyd, the night watchman. He scared off the thief.
Was it also Billy that discovered the burglar?
No, my wife did. She had stayed late yesterday. Poor Augusta. At least she's safer with the police than at home alone.
Well, Mr. Capello, I think that's all I need from you at present. Where can I find your office?
Here, take my card. Billy should be on site to assist with the investigation. And please, sir, would you check on my wife before you depart?
Thank you. I will endeavor to speak with her before I leave the station.
Please, treat her gently. Women lack our resilience when it comes to ordeals like this. I shall eagerly await your return. After all, there's little else I can do.
And where's his wife? Well, she's not a suspect or anything, she's just somewhere. She was so...
Mrs. Capello, please wait in the office. The inspector will be here soon.
You must be the inspector.
Would you be Augusta Capello?
Must I really repeat myself to every baby-faced man in uniform that strides in?
Forgive me, I am not the inspector, but I am working on your husband's case.
Then I have nothing to say to you. Come back with the inspector in charge so that we may dispense with the endless repetition.
Glassy eyes used laudanum recently. Parting gift from 1875. Marks from fidgeting. She's in her late 20s and imprisoned involved in the music, currently works with her husband, has been fidgeting with her wedding ring due to the her restless nature. Shocked or emotional? Emotional, I would assume.
Whilst I prefer German composers, the harp solo from Lucia di Lammermoor stands out as one of Donizetti's finest contributions to the form. I'm sure Basilio thought the same.
He did. How? Did he tell you how we met?
Oh, there was no need. It is trivial to observe how much you value your memories of playing harp in the orchestra, and even an amateur Italian harpist would be familiar with Donizetti's finest work.
Yes. Music is a balm in these uncertain times. It is nice to meet another who appreciates it.
Much as I appreciate the truth. Please, Mrs. Capello, let me help you and your husband.
I am not unappreciative, sir. But I'm afraid I presently lack the strength.
Basilio tells me you were present during the burglary yesterday. What can you tell me about it?
Oh, it gave me such a fright. I fainted, fell to the floor. I wish I could help you, but, I'm just utterly useless. Please, I want to rest before the inspector arrives.
Were you familiar with the deceased man found in the safe?
No, I did not know him, nor can I conceive of how the poor soul ended up there.
You've had quite the day, Mrs. Capello. I shall leave you be. If I have further questions, I may visit again later.
Should I or can I? Let's, yeah. Put beard, put someone's face. Now I'm the inspector, hello.
Please let me rest.
Well, it's someone else, it's not me.
Please let me rest.
Okay. Well, I was actually on some other case, right? I was on the SIREN song case. Yeah, location. Harbor Avenue, Baskerville Street in Scalerio. Scalerio, Harbor Avenue, and Baskerville Street. Oh, it's right here. How convenient. Oh my god. How often something like that happens? In the fountain, they say, right? I better switch to the fountain. Public Park, Harbor Avenue, and Harbor Avenue, yeah, has to be here. Is this the public park? Oh yeah, I think it is.
Oh, look, they drained the fountain and removed the body. I'm too late.
No matter, we'll work with what we have. Last week's newspaper, the front page reads, "Sky is the limit, Governor funds Arsenal's second airship." A broken bottle with no label. A bright red lip rouge mark. Light tobacco with a hint of citrus.
Drowning in a 2 feet deep fountain. I've seen some things, but this really takes the biscuit.
A cotton shawl. Could it be our sirens?
Warning letter, Officer Eckley, it has come to my attention that you habitually forget to collect critical evidence from crime scenes. Such absent-mindedness is unacceptable for a police officer. I wouldn't be surprised if you forget this note somewhere too. This is your last warning, Eckley. I mean it.
A worn leather tobacco pouch, salt stained from a long time at sea. The victim won't be needing his cap anymore. I might as well take it. This wine, again. Don't sailors prefer spirits? Drained to the last drop. Ugh, the litter bin is right there.
Hair. Well, she was smoking there. And this was the letter.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
This sailor is another victim of the same woman. She poisoned him and pushed him into the fountain to make it look like an accident.
Sherlock, the spot where he fell. I saw something. Maybe you should take a look. Blimey, the great detective is baffled by a piece of cutlery.
A water-soaked matchbox from the Drinking Dutchman. Must be a local pub. Venetian copper soldi. Authentic, but worthless.
Okay. So the next stop is a pub. Southern Silverton near Victoria Bridge. It was... This is Victoria Bridge. Right. Yeah, we saw that.